Has the pulse bomb. Needs to be careful though.
He's poking away. He could definitely turn this around if he gets a good pulse target. He's looking at Iris. Nice kill though. That is a good one. That allows Yaki to get closer too.
Moves on to BQB. Oh, channels up the Deadeye. Okay, that's nice and quick. Mass ends up going down. Just didn't have the speed to escape out of the line of sight of it. Sure bash as well. The Florida Mayhem, slow and steady. He's going to try and win them this race. They are definitely finding themselves on the winning side of the team fight here, but the trouble with this particular section of Oasis is it's very difficult to get it back under your control. You can see Gators just swinging away. Just literally buying as much time as possible. You've got to really focus up your fire. And the Atlanta Rain are going to be a full Mayhem.
Pretty big error for sure. The Florida Mayhem though have been able to secure that kill onto Gator. And now Florida, that's another good one. Yaki taking down the first 2 kills in this team fight, continuing to pressure the tanks. And with Iris getting res, this is going to be a little even. Atlanta are going to be able to stall the objective for a long time and flip it with a barrage.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the advantage in this team fight. Yaki's going to have to put up some ridiculous numbers to try and turn.
BQB's just never had good angles to be able to shut down Pelican. There's another Deadeye, just catches him.
Beautiful. Yeah, the Deadeye comes through and asleep just a little bit too late to cancel that one out. Guy has to use his tactical visor, but a lot of it getting 8 up there. As Gargoyle is going to be just defending his team, but it does buy space. They get the res back onto Pelican. In fact, a kill onto BQB as well. About as good as they could have asked for. The nano boost to save Kai in the middle of all of that. That is unbelievable reactions. Iris just saving the DPS player here, keeping them all up, investing so many resources into him to keep him alive. And there really just isn't a chance for the Florida Mayhem here. The tank line's just getting absolutely decimated. That is going to be round number 1 going their way.
Great play with a pulse bomb. Yeah. Here we go though.
Here comes the engage though.
Looking to set up.
No! Translocates, okay, to the side there. That's going to be the EMP and Massa, yeah, with nowhere to go. Gator's still hacked up, but Kai, oh, he's channeling up the Deadeye. Might be able to find a target or 2, lets it rip. Doesn't actually get the pick he was looking for. In fact, Pelican is the one who will go down. Supercharger not available just yet, but that self-destruct goes straight up into the air. And that's going to be the D-Mech down to Gargoyle off the map as well. I don't think the credit went towards them, but that was from that self-destruct. But good news for the Florida Mayhem there. All right, but a sit down from the Florida Mayhem. Post-bomb off into the back. Great immortality field. Timing the Atlanta Rain now. Dropping this amplification matrix. They just want to try and keep taking this fight further forward. They have the damage for it, and look at that. The kill's going their way as well. It's going to be a hack onto Kai. There's not too much he can do, but luckily the gun still works. Firing away from afar. It's going to be the eventual flip over with 92% and counting. It's looking inevitable.
It certainly is. Kai is doing so much work. Pelican as well, just farming, having way more opportunities to get onto Yaki. Yaki pressure, trying to tag the objective now, 99% for Atlanta, and it's just seemed almost inevitable since this round began. These Orisa compositions from the Atlanta Rain, they just feel inexorable, almost impossible to push up against. One of the biggest reasons why people are rating them as one of the best teams in the West, because no one has figured out the answer for this.
They really do play it so well. It's a mixed Atlanta Rain, just like, okay, well, we know kind of how to play against this. Teleport off to the side here, so we get a nice little off angle. We can start spamming you out with all this damage. The Hangzhou arrows, the orbs coming your way. You can just look for a pick as they slowly start to move the card away as well. That's going to so good. Down. It's a lovely hold coming through them, and they just knew exactly how to play that. I mean, it's like...
That's fabulous. Yeah, that's what you call having great protocols as a team. I mean, as soon as...
The way you're going to win these team fights is headshots. That's what you're looking for. But a TP straight onto BQB. Ooh, they were not expecting that, but that's the kind of discipline that you go up against. The Atlanta Rain, they knew exactly how to play that.
BQB on his player cam, he was like, what? How did they get there? What happened there?
Yeah, and it's... Yeah, I use this word a lot, and I think I'm going to be using it even more over the course of this series, but it is feeling inevitable. Yeah, tanky, no way they can possibly break that. They're going to be trying to work around to the backside there of the objective. Gator gets taken down by the micro missiles. An opportunity now for them. Dragon Strike as well, cutting across. And more immortality field, and the Atlanta Rain a little bit all over the place as the tank line's gone. A good defense there from the Florida Mayhem.
It was actually, yeah. Good work to be able to pressure down Gator. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Now, I did like the sim wall. You could argue it should have been a little deeper. Like, classic style all last year when they were excellent was to play around BQB and Yaki. So they know what they're doing.
Okay, self-destruct off into the side. That's Gator with the positioning forced. Dragon Strike comes through from Kai as he tries to at least capitalize off of it. where that was coming from as well. There's no real cue for it, and by the time he realized, it's a little bit too late. Takes him out. That's a supercharger though. Florida Mayhem as well. Still nobody pushing him off the high ground, and that's Iris falling with the symbol committed. BQB really wants to just essentially close this one out now by using that Deadeye. Minute 40.
They forced out some big ultimates. So even though the time bank is whittling away, yes, talent. But even he hasn't been good enough in their previous 7 games. We'll see whether he can be this time.
That's very nice from the Florida Mayhem. They try and play aggressively off the back of that self-destruct as it went straight in. Iris is positioning there. Possibly not able to get the Immortality Field out, but just didn't have it available. But with Kai on that slight angle, he's already found it with the Storm Arrow. Supercharger damage helping him out.
That's absurd. Pelican
onto the Deadeye, not going to be getting too much done with it just yet. Pelican with the pulse bomb, lets it loose, does not connect. Looking for the support though still in the fight. Tracking. A lot of damage there, and look at that, layered it in. Gananjin had nowhere to run. Right up into the sky. Gator's the one who finishes him off, and it is just the Atlanta Reign just waiting it out, waiting it out, and they get their opportunity in the end.
It's devastating how good Pelican is. For somebody that we don't, for someone who doesn't have.
Yeah. Supercharger immediately goes down there. So there was no shield to really protect it, and it's a last-ditch defense coming out from them. Nice little headshot though. Hawk straight up taken out. Just ejected out of the mech, and with the loss of Hawk, I don't think this is fightable now. With 20 seconds remaining as well, you're going to find the Atlanta Reign are in a very difficult position. How are they going to contest this?
Well, Pelican is their win condition, I think, and he's been hunted down and taken out by Yaki. Now it's a question of who can honestly touch. Maybe Hawk manages to get there, but Yaki's going to continue to apply pressure, wants to make sure that Hawk is going to get demeched if he even gets the objective. I don't think there's anyone who can get there.
Remaining. Just the nature of the compositions they're playing. Yeah, when you take that team fight, it just goes a little bit poorly at the end.
Immediate. As just using the Sonic Arrow.
Gator taken out. That's, I think Yaki was just shredding the damage at a slight angle there where the shield wasn't protecting. And BQB was the one who ended up finalizing the kill. So, a bit of a lackluster effort there from the Atlanta Reign. It felt like they did fall over. Straight across the map. They can connect it into a head. It could be beautiful for them. But now, see the fight just going to be taken further forward. That's the Deadeye. I mean, it's good. It connected onto a bunch of different targets, but that Amp Matrix fire strike straight through it. Slime's gone down. Iris, though, is going to fall. Could be anyone's game, and the ultimate's committed now from the Florida Mayhem means that they are the ones who are large and in charge. It's going to be a nice team fight win from them just essentially weathering that Amp Matrix that was late. Shatter built up just yet. Still
Gator's coming back.
Trying to defend. Gator's coming back with a Shatter off to the side. So many players just going to be falling, toppling all the way down, and yes, he had the perfect response right for it. Self-destruct as well going to be used. That's Iris falling, and now the Shatter comes out from OG. It returns with passion and vengeance. Immediately going to be bringing them to their knees, and off the back of that, that should be them just capturing up checkpoint A.
To the Rhine comps, not really wanting to make too much of a movement. They bait out the window and drop underneath it.
And that's an aggressive play right there with the Dragon Strike and the Deadeye. It's going to combine, and oh, the Atlanta Reign, they can do nothing but back off there. That's the only response. And
they're getting huge value.
Easy team fight win.
Hey there.
They are getting massive value out of these Deadeye comps.
Oh, gee! I mean, he just laid it down. It's like he hasn't taken a break at all from the game. Sets up the kill there onto Gator with this forward hold. It's brutal for them.
It doesn't even really matter that he dies there either, because from the look of it, the Atlanta Reign are not going to be able to contest. 4 minutes to take point C, and that win condition is now so clear. Just a 100-meter sprint to the finish line for the Florida Mayhem, and they could be 1-1 in the series. Kai has just been playing Widow, seeing if he can get picks, which it doesn't synergize particularly with the team comp that Atlanta are trying to run. It's good on that side of the map. A 2-man Shatter, but how is the follow-up going to occur here? What am I watching?
Yeah, I mean, there was a 2-man Shadow. It forced out the Immortality Field. That was the only saving grace of the play, and yeah, it does feel like the Florida Mayhem
run into their spawn.
They are really on fire right now. Ooh, Iris falls, though. Okay, an opening for the Florida Mayhem. Final fight territory here. BQB so low. He's going to be coming down, but that's Kai taking him out. Kai going to be traded as a response of it, but Gator falls, and it might just all come tumbling down. I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch this, and that is correct. The Florida second until he has the boosters, and he's back up. Unbelievable.
He's not bad, that kid.
That is unbelievable.
He is incredibly good. He's just opened that entire area up. Even after Slime died so early on in that fight, he was able to get the win con for the rest of his team. Just opening the door for them.
Yep. Pushed right past it. 2 ticks already for them. Iris going down again.
Crucial kill.
Healing really
BQB
for them.
being opened up.
As well as that, I mean, they're still going to try and fight this one. They get, I suppose, space for the Resurrect, but this is a bad team fight to take right now. If you're the Atlanta Reign, you want to lose this quickly. You need to spawn fast so you can set up on the defense. We've seen teams kind of underestimate, I think, as well, what happens when you get staggered out. You don't really get time.
Florida have so much momentum behind them right now.
Dragon Striker to the bottom of the staircase. They don't actually set it up with anything, though. Be halted right into the line of sight of a lot of that damage going their way. Still, with the Faras out of the picture, that's space created. Rez now up onto Yaki. Supercharger, though, from Gator to try and stop them where they stand, but it matters not for BQB. Quick little headshot there. Kai is taken out, but still, they're biding their time effectively. Still want to try and take this fight. A barrage, what is that? Gotta be careful, though. And that's self-destruct from Hawk. It could not have been timed better. Both Slime and Yaki taken out with nowhere to run. That is a way to clean up that team fight when it was looking just oh so messy. In fact, they've regained the high ground control, taking it away from them, but it is just a matter of time until Pelican gets a bit of damage done, enough to just at least get a kill here. And Matrix off to the side! Not fast enough with that concussion blast, but the res is there, and Kai on the Widowmaker, he's quite handy with it. Able to get that kill onto Yaki, which is really just going to now, which is going to be much better at dealing with it close quarters. But now we see aggression from the Atlanta Reign. Gator lays down the shadow. That is beautiful. Everybody going to be falling down. They had to give up a bit of space up onto the point, which means that is going to be 82% gained here for the Florida Mayhem. These team fights that are quite scrappy that they're taking in the upper section of sides. Maybe we're almost there to try and at least split them apart. Earthshot around the corner there. OG was hunting for something, but it was a little bit too orchestrated. Yaki, though, might be able to turn it around. With that pulse bomb, a bit of chip damage from afar. That's Pelican and Kai taken care of, and no one is going to be able to touch that. It's going to be 1 minute 30 getting those 2 checkpoints on the...
Hawk helps Pelican get into position, and Pelican doesn't take the Farah 1v1, or 2v2 if you want to put it like that. Just goes for pressuring out the Ana instead, and it's left Yaki to do his work. There's more pressure from Hawk. Great stuff from him, but the rest of the Atlanta Reign are dropping.
Yeah, with Iris down, they don't have any heals to take this fight. I mean, it's the trouble when you're running these Farah comps and you're investing all these resources with the Mercy just to latch onto them. It does limit you to that one Batiste. You have a very important role in staying alive and making sure the team can survive in these fights. It's quite tasty for them, gives them a bit of an opportunity, but they are taking a lot of space here, Josh. You can see them slowly working their way across the point. Supercharger, a bit of a setup play. BQB, no one has dethroned him. He is just shooting from, well, I guess the point there. That's 4 kills.
That is absurd. How on earth does BQB get the Supercharger, then both support?
Left the Atlanta Reign, and they are no closer, really, to finding their footing. Massa and Iris taken out, the support line destroyed, and Hawk, well, he's trying to eat up the damage at the end there. It's not going to be working out. 30 seconds now. The Atlanta Reign are being pushed to the absolute limit here, and the Florida Mayhem. Nanabu's off into the side. He's waiting for them to push forwards, but that's a self-destruct. Slime goes down. They need Ganamjin to stay alive. They still don't know he's there. Tactical Visor comes off to the side. BQB falls. It's a bit of a nightmare scenario for them, but as this was going on, that's the Bionade and the Power Driver. OG combos it up. They're still playing at the choke point. They need to deal with a couple of these players, and they have a bit of time to do so. With Hawk falling, Ganamjin's still in the fight, building up this ult. He's already up to 60% of the next Nano Boost, and he's just used it. The Atlanta Reign, they put all of their pressure there onto the points, but the Florida Mayhem knew exactly what to do. Cool, calm, and collected. They could give up a bit of space on the point, and they take away the map as a result of it. That is...
And just gave Yaki far too much space with which to operate. So now Pelican has to approach against the damage coming out from the Soldier 76 and the Farah, but OG just gets melted, no longer on the ball.
And now the Atlanta Reign can take the high ground control. They are moved away. That's the Immortality field with Ganamjin going down. This is going to be an easy checkpoint A for them. You can see the amount of damage that's being pumped in from afar there. I mean, Yaki is instantly going to get healed up. This is going to be a recontest, though. OG going to be rolling into the fight. Just trying to stay alive here. The adaptive shields come through, but has to roll away as he was taking a little bit too much there. So they are going to have to give that one up. Lay down the window, which could help them out, but that's the Nano Boost, and now the engage comes through right up, trying to take down his targets, and he's going to find them. Okay, the barrage at the end as well. He's getting supported by the rest of his team. Notice how Gargoyle was just surrounding him there with the defense matrix to ensure that he wasn't taken out in the middle of that ultimate when he was channeling it. And the Atlanta Reign want to keep this one rolling. That ultimate is a great way to do so. Self-destruct right over the top that takes out the immortality field, but not enough to take out that supercharger. Still, the Dragon Strike anyway comes through with Massa gone. Guy's on 8 health, has to get healed up there by Iris. Just needs to burst through this shield, but yeah, the attention's being split there by their Soul healer, and Iris can't really do too much there when the pressure's coming in from that many angles. So the Florida Mayhem are going to be
turn up the tempo.
There's a nano boost. It's applied onto him, just got to hunt down for the targets. The barrage makes it easy. So much damage coming their way. The immortality field unable to stop it. Now he can just try and hunt down his adversary there. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's just spam damage from OG to collect onto it. 2.5 minutes now for the Atlanta Reign, and a rapid check the nano boost. Bionade comes through, that's a supercharger removed out. Straight away the rocket comes through. Pelican is in so much danger here, but there's the barrage. He's just turned into mincemeat right into the streets.
This is one of the only fights where Yaki has not turned it immediately towards the Florida Mayhem's advantage. Atlanta still have some opportunities to fight this. The Dragon could be crucial. OG and BQB already hit the deck gargoyle removed as well, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to really be able to hold up. Atlanta, with the last minute swaps over here onto the ball, are going to be able to win that one, but
Supercharger goes down again. OG just using it, but Pelican just finding these off angles. Potentially final fight for them. Nano boost. Yaki's got to hit these shots, and with the damage boost out, that's Pelican immediately removed. Enough damage to just take him out in one shot. Still, Ganamjin falls as well, and he's in a dangerous position here. Yaki somehow with that fadeaway rocket, he took out Massa. He's that kind of player. Self-destruct into the back there. That's just to try and push them past that amp matrix. The Dragon Strike. This is the opportunity they were looking for. What a Dragon Strike as well. BQB's gone. It pushes them all away. The Atlanta Reign are able to get that capture just in time. Forces out that immortality field, just trying to knock them off the high ground, but unable to do so. Kai being pressured a lot off to the side. Has to get those heals. What a pulse bomb into the power drive. OG will be the one who is going to claim that kill, but the setup is there.
Really nicely done from Florida. We were wondering what their execution would end up looking like, but that was pretty perfect. They had their DPS players in all the right positions, BQB and Yaki coming through afterwards. The Nano got good value. That concerns me, Brent.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, honestly. Trying to get the rotation of ultimates right.
Some teams have done a great job of it, but it's hard.
So EMP onto 5. Oh my goodness, Yaki! What is that? He just switched over to the Genji. He's up to 50% of a blade.
I'm not worried anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not worried. Supercharger eventually then.
Self-destruct off to the side though. Gananjin's not going to be so lucky. Did not survive that one, and they're not building up the nano boost from it.
I mean, surely you don't blade here. Even if BQB was alive,
wait,
no way. No, there's no way, right?
Are you kidding me? Straight into the back line, but you're against so much, Yaki. What is that? You got the Torp turret, the flashbang, everything coming at you. That is just absurd.
So I think this does make sense, but again, it just resets the ult charge.
Mortality field just surviving there, and you can see the pressure that Yaki's under. Just laying in the shots into him, but he is not taken away from that high ground position. The Atlanta Reign want to push forwards past this amp matrix as well. It's in a bit of a precarious position here. They're going to be awarded with a team fight win anyway. That's another minute burnt away from them. Florida Mayhem making all these swaps over. Of course, they're going to be at this ultimate disadvantage. So
right at the beginning of this one,
it's a good Dragon Strike, and that's a good halt as well. It forces out the immortality field. Self-destruct over the back as well. Kai is just ready and waiting. He's actually just trying to mark BQB to ensure that he can't actually take a flank angle. Instead, they're going to be opting to go for it, but what a response. The Florida Mayhem, they recognize they were being pushed from that. Transcendence gets used, but BQB halted, pulled into the Molten Core, unable to withstand this one, and Gator's still alive. Look at the spam damage that's going his way. No one's really being able to take them out. With only 7 seconds left, the Atlanta Reign are the ones who are in control. Gargoyle not going to be able to get back into the mech either. This is going to be a hold right in the streets for them. They're going to be bringing us to a map 5, Josh.
Yep, no opportunity for the Mayhem to respond there. And it's going to be a map 5.
Well, they have pushed them into close quarters here. Pelican is just hammering them. Yaki's trying to find an opportunity. That's going to be the barrage used in close quarters, and they weren't quite ready for it. So Slime ends up falling there. The Florida Mayhem not in a position to really compete in this team fight here. Just going to be trying to get as much percentage on the board as they can before eventually it's going to be turned over there to the Atlanta Reign.
And Atlanta are playing
any sort of stick, so not going to be a kill for them. Still just starting to play up the point, and with Gator falling, could open things up now, Josh.
Here's a Nano though, Barrage as well, Pelican getting set up for success. Didn't quite have the angles that he wanted, and Iris has fallen. Might be the first death for Atlanta Reigns. Ana player, and oh my word, Nano onto Yaki.
Yeah, they flipped the point over the back of those kills. I mean, Kai's able to get 2 kills of it, actually. The pulse one as well, but at this point, it's going to be a late stagger kill. You know that Yaki's going to be able to chase that down with the help of his team. Just trying to mark Kai. Kai's got a hell of a task ahead of him, but he's being healed up. The rest of his team is aware of this. EMP onto the tanks. The Atlanta Reign can't really do too much of it. That's a Bionade, obviously. Not getting 8'd up, but look at that. Yaki goes down into the backline. Still traded the 1-for-1. Massa falls. Pulse one onto the ground. Not going to be getting the kill, but eventually Gananja will fall, but nobody capable of touching. Round number 1 going to just like so many different team fights occurring at various points all over the map, in the skies, all over the place. I'm not sure, Josh, but this game is going on for a while. Finally, the ultimates come through. That's the power driver. Will somebody even cap this up? I'm not too sure. Kai hunting for that kill onto Slime will get it in the end. Supercharger from the distance. Pelican somehow brings himself down. I'm not sure. At the end of the day, the kill ends up going away anyway. A lot of damage there onto Massa, just has to glide to safety, but that's BQB with the positioning, ready to take him out, and no one really expecting Yaki to come from the back there. The barrage. It's going to be enough to take out one. Pelican falls in the end, and still chaos just taking place across the point here, and they still don't get the point away. I thought the Florida Mayhem for sure were going to flip that.
No chance.
It forces Gator down, at least to use his grapple to try and get back up to safety. He's sleeping onto the point there. The mines as well to try and stall things up. Their first pick goes to OG falling. Not ideal for them with the tactical visor from afar. I mean, that is going to be sealing this one up. This Kai has definitely just done the business there for his team. Nicely done. 100-0. Mines come through. Kai with a pulse bomb. Potentially didn't want to go for it there just in case. He ended up translocating away out of it. Jim falling though is a great opening for him, but the barrage, Pelican, he's laid in a bunch of damage and he's being pressured, but his team has kept him alive. Now to Florida Mayhem. They've got the bodies to try and potentially turn this one with the self-destruct, but that rocket was beautiful. Gargoyle not going to be able to get back into that mech. At this point, they're just trying to buy as much time as possible. Yaki, the Tracer, really tearing things up now. Has the Harmony Orb, but he's already found the pick onto Pelican. The stick as well. This guy can't be stopped. What is this? What was turning into a losable fight now? I mean, it's just completely on his head.
And it's again Yaki coming over to peel for him as well. The Tracer diff has been so real in this final point. But Atlanta Reign have finally wrestled control of the objective over to their side. And despite the hack onto the Gator, he managed to pick off the backline in time. Yaki, by the way, throughout all of this, continues to deadlift. I don't mean that in a technical sense. I don't know how many final blows he's got. But in terms of his impact in the server, yeah, this is Yaki plus friends. For the
damage of the rest of his team. Pulse one in hand, Kai is going to be missing it, but actually just going to be wandering straight into it with the overtime just about fading here. The nano boost on top as well. It looks like they are in prime position to just take it away, stealing away to win. The Florida Mayhem coming so close, but not quite enough at the end of the day. Map 5 going to go the way of the Atlanta Reign.
Absolute heartbreaker of a loss. Extends that streak for the Florida Mayhem. But 3 out of 8 of those recent map losses have gone to map 5. Does that indicate something?